Part 2, Chapter 1. What are your thoughts about this turning point in the story? What do you think Julia represents to Winston? Personally, I wasn't expecting the story to go where it went. I definitely wasn't expecting Julia to confess her love for Winston.
And it was so direct as well. Like,
Yeah, very.
Yeah, it was funny because only a few chapters beforehand he was thinking of killing her, right?
Exactly.
Yeah.
So then I read that's the part where I accidentally read a little bit ahead by accident. I just sit down and I just see because it's separated. It says I love you. I'm like, oh damn. So then I had to read how did we get here?
Yeah.
That's the main thing I was shocked about because I read I love you and I was like, damn, Julia confessed.
Yeah.
Winston
It was
sounded
definitely a
I was
major
for me
turning
that was
point.
the biggest turning point in the story for now.
For now,
Yeah.
for now,
Yeah,
definitely
yeah.
for now, yeah.
she's
Yeah.
kind of rebellion towards the party.
Yeah.
They have so much in common.
I feel like Julia's note definitely gives Winston hope and a reason to live through this fear and oppression.
Kind of answers the next question.
And,
Yeah.
and also she's the proof that the party can't control everything, especially human emotions and connections.
Yeah, so Julia's interest in Winston gives him the human connection he's been craving. So and with the party trying to destroy all real relationships, it shows her
Commitment
her commitment
towards the rebellion side of it.
Yeah, exactly,
Yeah.
yeah.
Good stuff. Yeah.
Chapter 2. Compare and contrast Julia and Winston's thoughts about the party.
Winston likes to look at the bigger picture, which compared to Julia where it's more individual, and it makes sense because we look at Winston, he has more fascination for life pre-party. Whereas Julia, and he was around for a little bit of that, right? So that makes sense. And Julia's younger, so she doesn't have that type of awareness or that drive to seek out what life was like beforehand. She kind of just focuses on the here and now, which
Julia was born into the party. She never experienced the life before it. Like Winston did.
Winston hates the party, its control over truth and history. He wants to understand how and why things were changed. And Julia, meanwhile, hates how the party affects her personality. She rebels through the small private acts, but isn't concerned with big ideas or the past.
Yeah, so for me, some similarities. The most obvious one, they both hate the party. I'd say that's probably the most obvious one, because obvious reasons. They both rebel against its control and lies and want freedom from it. They both break rules to feel human, especially their relationship is the biggest rule that they're breaking. And they both want to keep the rebellion secret because they know that getting caught means torture or death. And then some differences is Winston hates the party on a deep intellectual level. He thinks about history and truth and wants to understand how the party controls everything. Whereas Julia's hatred is more personal and practical. So she doesn't care about the big picture. She just wants to enjoy life and avoid getting caught.
Yeah.
I mean, for me, everything is said. They both hate the party. If I look at it, Winston, he wants to understand what the party does and how it controls it. And Julia is she was already born in the party, right? She hates it. She hates the party because of the whole thing that she's restricted to do, right? And then she doesn't, like Winston, she doesn't care what the party does, right? She just wants to live her own life. We already seen that she confessed love. That's the biggest crime you can do when the party is under control, right?
Yeah.
So
So Julia wants to break small rules to feel free, whereas Winston wants to like actually overthrow the
Yeah.
party.
Yeah.
Definitely.
And plus, Julia's personality is like very impulsive. She takes decision like without thinking, but at the same time, she has put in hours and hours like thought about. She has thought about every single thing, like how she plans it. So she's a clever mind, and Winston is kind of like a veteran, kind of an old person who just like doesn't want to like rebel. At the same time, he wants to relax life. But at the same time, his ideas are like different than the party.
Yeah.
Chapter 3. What changes do you see in Winston now that he has Julia? Well, for starters, he definitely seems more lively. I feel like he finally found a reason to live, or like found a reason to actually rebel.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's found like a new sense of hope. Kind
Yeah,
of.
Yeah.
well,
Yeah.
This I forget the quote, but I think he stops drinking gin around this time. Gin. Wasn't whatever. Wasn't spelled with a K. Whatever. Anyways, he stops drinking gin, right? He starts like cleaning himself up a bit more after meeting Julia. I forget what the writing is. I could have dreamt that line, but I'm pretty sure it's in there somewhere.
Yeah.
But yeah, he starts like getting his act together.
Like after meeting Julia, he feels like a whole happiness that he never felt. Like he used to feel happy before the party got control.
Yeah.
Now, after meeting Julia, he wants to like enjoy life,
Yeah.
live like he
experienced-
used to before, and like he's become like bolder than what he
Yeah.
was before.
Yeah.
Yeah, he experiences more like
He doesn't
physical
feel like-
and emotional
yeah.
pleasure and stuff.
Yeah.
He doesn't feel lonely.
Yeah.
He starts to believe that resistance might be possible, even if just through life. So,
Yeah.
Nailed it.
Chapter 4. What does the coral paperweight symbolize? Well, I'll start then. Well, Winston compares the room that he's in with Julia to the crystal that surrounds the coral, and the coral to Julia and him. I think this symbolizes how, like, while what they have is beautiful, it also is like very fragile because they understand that at any point they can get caught and like I don't know, killed or
Yeah.
tortured.
yeah, it's
Yeah.
small and separate from the harshness of the party, just like their secret relationship. But it can be like shattered at any moment because, like, odds are just so against them at that point.
Yeah, I pretty much have like exactly what Marco said. Just like the paperweight's like old and delicate, and like the coral inside the glass symbolizes like the fragile, beautiful world Winston and Julia are creating together, separate from like the party. Yeah, it's like the glass is like protecting it, like
Yeah.
Yeah.
like hiding their love kind of thing.
Yeah. Basically, it just shows like a private Winston's private world.
Yeah.
Right. And his whole like new life, I guess, with Julia, the whole love and all that stuff.
I'm gonna be for real. I didn't think there was any symbolism when I was reading it. I was just reading it. I'm like, oh, he's talking a lot about the paperweight. And then I thought, like, when I was reading it, like, I thought he like brought it home or something. And then I read later, at the end in like chapter 10 or whatever, it's like still in that room. So I didn't think there was any. But I see that I'm mistaken.
Thanks, guys. I think it can also symbolize like a time before the party, because like it
Yeah.
probably was made at a time
Oh, that's
before
Yeah.
the party.
what it was.
That's true. Yeah, in
Like-
those antique shop things.
Yeah.
Yeah. If you compare like present and back in the day, it's so different.
Mm-hmm.
Chapter 5. Julia doesn't believe in the existence of Goldstein and the Brotherhood, stating that it's something the party created for their own purposes.
Yeah.
What do you think?
I mean, I feel like it's a smart idea. If the party created the brotherhood, it means they control even the idea of resistance. It shows how far their manipulation could go. Like, if they
Yeah.
control the whole thing,
Yeah, that's
like
crazy.
both ways, so it's like win-win for them in any way.
Uh-huh,
Like,
yeah.
resistance is their own created like phenomena,
Yeah.
and the like controlness is they already have the controlling part of it.
You know, like create the problem, solve the solution. It's kind of like that, where it's,
Yeah, that's
it's like
definitely what it
it's
is.
like
Yeah.
it like kind of like discourages to any like future rebellion because of this big brotherhood thing, right? You see that nothing's really happening, then it's gonna discourage actual rebellions from pulling up. And at this point in time, I didn't think that the party would have like forged this resistance. But now, like when I think back on it, it's like it's totally up their alley to do something
Yeah,
like this.
Yeah.
like before this chapter, I definitely didn't like even think of that, like that the party could be behind the Brotherhood. I think it, like if it is real, then it showcases how much control they actually have, to have like control of both
Yeah.
sides. Yeah, that's crazy.
If she's right, like that's really scary because like that means like the party truly controls literally
Like, everything.
everything.
Yeah.
Like it's possible that like they invented the brotherhood like to give people a fake enemy or fake hope depending on which they support, and so like they could use it to like trap people and
Yeah.
like find out who's trying to rebel, and that's really scary, right?
Exactly.
Foreshadowing.
Yeah.
In my opinion, like if you look at it, Julia's thinking does make sense. Like the party can make fake enemies to stay in control, right? They can use this to manipulate people into not resisting and going against their own rules, you know.
Yeah, basically solidifying their own like juggernaut kind of a like substantial kind of their power, because it's kind of a like really clever idea, because if you want like both bodies or both sides to like just okay, so to carry more power you have to have like answer and the key and the question at the same time. If you have the key and the lock, I mean, it doesn't get any better than that. They are the door. You just have the whole power to like open and close it whenever you want.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Chapter 6. How does this chapter build suspense? Well, first, throughout the book, Winston has been like building up this idea that O'Brien might be on his side, and then now for him to suddenly like appear and sort of like give him hints that he's with him,
Yeah. Right.
I think like it makes you think about what might happen next. But then there's also this idea that maybe this might be a trap. It gets you thinking that maybe Winston's being set up. So then again, it makes you look forward to the next chapter.
We also start learning new things that we haven't yet about inter-party members, right? About how they get access to real food and whatnot, and they also have the ability to turn off the telescreen. So we're also learning new stuff about how the party works as well in this chapter,
Yeah.
which just adds to more the suspense and tension. Kind of puts us in like Winston's shoes, right? Because we're learning about all this stuff with him as well when he's learning about it.
Yeah, it's also a risky move since like O'Brien's like a powerful party member. Like
Yeah.
he can do those things that you're
Yeah.
talking about. Like, so it's really a risky move. Like being invited over to O'Brien's place, his home. Like going is just
Yeah, like I mean, every time they meet or like speak to O'Brien, it's like there's a feeling of them getting caught at any moment. Because he's a party member, right? He can be like manipulated by the authorities to.
And I feel like he always like seems to be like offering Winston what he wants, which is like connections and rebellion. But it's never actually like clear if he is like a sincere, like he's a legitimate person or not. That makes like everything tense and very and unpredictable.
Yeah. All Winston has is like just hints.
yeah.
He has like he doesn't have like
The
solid
actual
evidence.
story,
Yeah.
basically.
Yeah. Also, like, it's like the amount of trust that Winston has in O'Brien
Oh my.
is crazy because like the reader like me as the reader, I don't know if I trust him, but
Chapter 7. Why does Winston feel guilty about his mother and sister? And why is this significant?
It wasn't really good memory. Like his last memory with them was like being rude to both him and his mom and sister, and then that's like the last time that he sees them, right?
They just suddenly disappear.
Yeah, it's like
Yeah.
I'd feel guilty too if that was my last memory with them.
yeah, he
yeah.
definitely feels guilty because like as a child he was like selfish and took extra food and
Yeah.
just leaving his mother and baby sister like weak and starving. So I feel like he's definitely guilty. Yeah.
You guys know in like Spider-Man with Uncle Ben, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's like that. Yeah.
Yeah.
His last conversation with him was a bad one, and then
Yeah.
they're dead. That's this.
That's
And
exactly-
the connections.
That's a great connection.
Actually, I
yeah.
feel like I don't think I wrote that down.
So sad, but a great connection.
In Spider-Man.
yeah.
I think this is like significant because like the party has been trying to like get rid of like family connections and stuff, like making people feel less emotion.
Yeah.
While this shows like Winston has like still has those family connections.
Yeah.
He still has those feelings about them.
Yeah.
I think this shows where he's at, like mentally and like emotionally.
Yeah. I have the same thing. Like it shows like he still has his like conscience and emotional depth after all of the things which he has suffered, which he has seen. Like after all those like emotional, physical, psychological trauma, he is still like somewhat like soft inside. So
Yeah.
yeah.
Like even though the party is trying to like break all the human emotions and all that stuff, Winston deep down he has all of these memories and like because like as he was greedy and selfish because he like took food from his mom and sister, right? He feels guilty because like that was the last time, right?
But he was like kind of a kid, so it makes
Yeah,
sense
but-
that he did that.
Yeah, but
But still, like that's it's like it shows that he still has emotions. Like the party,
Yeah.
like if you look at it, Winston has these emotions, but the party is like trying so hard to not have these emotions in the citizens.
Yeah.
So
sure.
Chapter.
Chapter 8. O'Brien asks Winston and Julia if they are willing to commit extreme acts for the Brotherhood. Would you be willing if it meant the eradication of the party?
Honestly, it would be like dependent on the chances of success. If there was a real hope for change, maybe, but doing terrible things for a hopeless cause doesn't seem like worth it.
You stole my answer.
Yeah,
No, it's like, I would do like lots of it, and then like
Yeah.
the acid on the child's face.
Yeah.
Hell nah.
Dude, like,
Unless there's like 100% guaranteed success
Yeah.
rate that the party's gonna be overthrown. It's like
It's complicated
Yeah.
because like
Like,
fighting
would you be
oppression
willing-
might
Hell
require
no.
sacrifice, but like it's important to question what extreme acts really mean. Like I would say like yes and no, because like yes, like if the acts truly lead to freedom and justice for everyone, or the cause is like honest and not just replacing one form of control with another.
Yeah.
But like no if the acts are to harm innocent people or go against like my personal morals or like the Brotherhood's goals are like unclear or could cause more suffering, then like no, definitely not. Like I wouldn't do anything that extreme for sure.
It kind of depends like when are you born? Are you born with that or without that? If you are born like without it, without like all the caging and all the like party stuff, I feel like you still have a feeling of a sense of hope. Like there is still like good around this whole like bad, I feel like. So it kind of depends on what time period are you born. For
Yeah.
example, like for Winston, he was born in he wasn't born in during the party, but the children in the book are born in party and are only like learning the party, learning what party
Yeah,
is
that's
showing.
all they know.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. So
Yeah.
rebellion
The
is
only
not a
thing they're
like
learning
option
is-
for them.
Mm-hmm.
The only thing they're learning is like getting to spy on their own parents
Yeah.
and their
Yeah.
own family members, right?
Yeah.
I mean, for me, I think I would want to resist as well, right? If
Obviously.
yeah, obviously, it's like an obvious thing, right? But I would also ask myself, like, is it worth losing my, is it worth losing my humanity to destroy something inhuman, like the party,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
Sometimes fighting for a change, like it means sacrifices and stuff, right?
Mhm.
Obviously, right? But if it means hurting innocent people, I would not do it
Yeah.
because like that's against what I think, right?
Yeah.
It's not worth killing innocent people,
Mhm.
right?
Also, like the risk of like the brotherhood kind of becoming like the party, like
Exactly.
losing their humanity, is definitely like a real thing that can happen.
It's like replacing one evil with just another.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like in the book too, O'Brien like asked Winston and Julia if they're willing to kill, lie, and like harm innocent people, right? And
Yeah,
betray
like-
every
Person like they
Yeah.
they trust.
Yeah, like betray each other.
yeah.
Like,
Winston.
It's just a party,
he,
bro.
yeah.
He almost agrees to that part, but showing how desperate he is to bring down the party, but like agreeing to the terrible things for good cause creates a moral conflict, right?
Yeah.
Like, can you really fight evil with more evil?
Mhm.
Yeah.
That's the main part, right?
And like,
Can you-
would that really result
Yeah.
in a change?
Yeah, you
Yeah.
have to like. You
You're
have to draw
basically
a line
making
somewhere.
yourself evil, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
You're basically just the same as the party, I
Yeah.
guess.
Exactly.
Replacing
Right.
one evil with
Yeah.
another, like Marcus.
So at
Yeah.
the same time,
Yeah.
at what cost? Your life. If you love your life, you will do it. If you don't, you won't abide to it.
But
Definitely.
what life will you have if you start doing these horrible things?
Exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You're basically turning into another party, right?
Yeah.
And by killing one party, you're gonna be like, I want more of this, and then you're gonna be the second party in control.
Yeah. Exactly. Where you draw the line.
Yeah.
Chapter 9. In this chapter, the party suddenly switches from fighting Eurasia to fighting East Asia. How does this show their power over the people?
War is one of the most unpredictable things, right? So if the party can just control something as unpredictable like that with the snap of a finger, oh, we're fighting this team now,
Yeah.
then it shows that even stuff that can't be controlled is now controllable by them.
Yeah, like the
Yeah.
people, like the people of Oceania, like just wanted to kill the people of Eurasia just like a couple minutes before they suddenly switch.
Yeah,
And then they just take in that information and then just believe it.
yeah.
It shows like their complete control over the people.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like it shows like how they have the exactly like total control over reality. People are like forced to accept and believe whatever the party says, even if it completely like contradicts what they just said the day before. So
Yeah, exactly. And like
Yeah.
they even had like, I think like posters of like them
yeah.
fighting Eurasia and stuff
So
like
they're
that.
not like
Yeah.
static. They're like
Yeah.
very very
Like it's
switchy kind
Yeah,
of.
but like
They have to pretend that they're fighting with them this entire time.
Yeah.
Afterwards.
it's literally all about control. We've talked about this so much. That's what this book is
Yeah.
about. Like, if they can change these facts so easily and make people believe them, like they're not just controlling people's actions, they're controlling their minds. Like,
Wait until you get to part 3, buddy.
Yeah, I mean,
Oh,
it
yeah.
kind of like
Part three's
relates
crazy.
to like
It
real
is.
life. What if whatever we learn is just wrong?
Yeah.
Maybe because if the power is there, like the power is not created now. It's not a modern thing. It's like a very archaic thing. So what if the English we are learning is not the English which was like originally written?
Whoa, buddy, calm down.
If you
like-
want to
as
like
like
go
Shakespeare-
in depth, yeah.
As in like Shakespeare writing, like thou art mother know you wear through dreams.
yeah, I mean,
Third.
yeah.
Chapter 10. Give your reaction to Mr. Charrington being revealed as a member of the thought police.
Subconsciously, I had a feeling that there was something off with him, but I didn't realize it.
Really?
Until yeah, like I was like,
Yeah,
I remember
yeah,
like I was
yeah.
like reading it, and I was like, wait, like chapter 2 or whatever it is when he first walks into the store. I'm like, something's off. I didn't realize it though until this, and I'm like, actually, that makes a lot of sense. And then the whole scene too is just like left and right. It's like, what the heck? It all makes sense.
Yeah, he
now.
was like very suspicious. Like everything seems to be like too perfect for him.
Exactly.
And like, exactly like, yeah.
Now that you look back, when you think about it, like having that room just there seems like too good to be
It's
true.
a total trap. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's true, I guess. But like,
Yeah.
Mr. Charrington, like, he seems so kind and harmless.
Yeah, that's
like,
why I didn't. That's why it was subconscious for me. 'cause I-
Yeah.
That's
I don't know. I kind of trusted him.
yeah, pretty. I'd be so screwed if I was in 1984. Bro.
Yeah.
Justin
Yeah.
O'Brien,
I
trusting
definitely
this guy.
Yeah.
Could.
I was definitely more suspicious of O'Brien than
Yeah.
over Mr. Charrington.
It was
Me
the opposite.
too.
It was the opposite.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was more trusting of O'Brien, guys. I don't know what's up with me.
I mean, everything
I'd be so
descends
cooked.
to like, it just proves how deeply the party controls everything.
I was suspicious of O'Brien. I was trusting of Charrington. I don't know. I would not have done very good in 1984. It
Yeah, me too.
appears.
For me, him revealing that he's the thought police, it was like a shocking moment for me because like I didn't think that he would be the thought police. Right?
Yeah.
For me, I was thinking O'Brien.
Me too.
Yeah.
I'm glad someone else thought
Yeah.
that.
No,
because
I was like,
I was
Mr.
just-
Charrington, he's like kind, like you said, like he's
Yeah.
kind and harmless, right? But like, I didn't think he would be the thought police, right?
Yeah. Dude.
It just pure betrayal.
Yeah, for us.
Yeah,
Pure betrayal. Dude.
it's a betrayal feeling for me.
I can't wait to like see what happens next.
Yeah.
Like with Winston and Julia, like I can't wait to see what
He's
happens
cooked. He's
next.
cooked. He's cooked.
You guys already know.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
It's just like parties, powers, like everywhere, right?
Oh, yeah.
Parties, powers
finish part
everywhere,
two?
spies everywhere,
Yeah. Yeah, spies everywhere.
everywhere.
Yeah.
Like look at Mr. Charrington. He was the thought police.
Yeah.
Yeah, like
yeah.
At most, maybe
Who
just
else?
like a messenger,
I
not
know.
even like
Yeah.
the thought police guy. Like,
yeah, like
doesn't he like pull up in like a whole new fit too or something? Or?
yeah, like he was all
Did,
like
he
dressed
changed
in
up.
all-
He
Yeah.
switched up.
Yeah, crazy. Honestly, so crazy.
My only like question is like, why did he wait so long?
Yeah, like
I don't know.
They wanted like more like
Yeah.
beef on him,
Yeah.
as if like
yeah. Like
Yeah.
more evidence on him.
they already have enough evidence. Bro, just throw one camera in there and them doing it. They're doing it every day.
that's
Alright.
true, I
and then
guess.
wasn't he also the one that sold him the book in the first place?
Yeah, he was.
Yeah, so
was.
like he's been watching it for a while.
Yeah. Oh, in the book somewhere it says like they've been spoilers. Whoops. They did not say that they've been watching for 6 years.
Yeah.
But if they did, then it just makes even less sense why they waited now.
Yeah.
Like so much work into one person.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh man. All right.